If you watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and I hope you did, then at the very end of the movie you were treated to this scene.
Gross.
And to all the new Marvel fans out there, they must have been like,
That's a
What
duck!
is that thing?
That's a duck, man!
but for the more seasoned viewer, we gave a collective surprise/groan that it was Howard the Duck. But then what if I told you that Howard had his own movie in the 1980s? And not only that, but it was also produced by George Lucas. You'd say to yourself, sweet! A Marvel superhero with the creator of Star Wars and Indiana Jones involved? That sounds great!
He chose poorly.
Howard the Duck was created by Steve Gerber and Val Merrick back in 1973 and developed a following for being a crime drama while being completely absurd. And one of its followers was Mr. Star Wars himself, George Lucas. He encouraged his old classmates Willard Hike and Gloria Katz to make the movie, also both the film's writers. Originally, it was going to be animated, but George insisted on it being live action, and his company, Industrial Light and Magic, would provide the special effects and puppets for the film. Well, let me be your guide into the weird world of Howard the Duck. The movie opens up to a seemingly regular city, that is to say if it was built on Tatooine, to music that would make Roger Rabbit blush. As we get introduced to Howard's world. Wait. I heard about this fun drinking game that every time they make a bird pun, you take a shot. This is fucking ridiculous. Look at all this shit. If this is what the rest of the movie is, I say we hit the abandon ship button right now.
My little airbrushed beauty.
What the fuck? What the hell is this rated? PG. PG? Oh yeah, I'm sure the kids got a lot of guidance from the movie. What with all the cigars, beer, and porn. You know what? Whatever. It was really quick and it was just a picture. It's not like a minute later we're gonna have to see it again.
I'm such a lucky girl in love.
What the fuck, George? I'd like to remind everyone again that this came out in the late 80s, and while I'm not discriminating against furries, I'm just saying that a kid seeing stuff like this is gonna raise all kind of questions. Christ, I feel like I should have to black box this. But then I reminded myself, it's PG! It's perfectly okay to show this! As Neil deGrasse Tyson takes us on a trip through the cosmos, Howard crash lands on planet Earth, where he quickly runs into trouble and taken to a punk rock band, almost run over and chased by bikers, called Satan's Sluts, I might add.
Talk about a rotten day.
The lead musician Beverly, played by Leah Thompson, who I should know from a movie, but God, I just can't think of one right now, is jumped by two punk rejects about to rape her, when Howard decides enough is enough.
No more Mr. Nice Duck.
I could make an Alice Cooper joke right about now, but you would all just cry foul. Howard and Beverly fend off the criminals and, not wanting to leave him alone in Cleveland,
Cleveland?
Beverly invites him back to her apartment, while Howard tries to figure out how to get back home. Okay, by now you're probably curious about the costume. Well, first of all, multiple actors and actresses contributed to bringing Howard to semi-believable life. As I mentioned earlier, the costume was made by ILM, but the man behind the duck is Ed Gale.
Ain't that right, little fella?
He ain't lying.
while he is voiced by Chip Zinn.
Is this gonna be easy? Or is this gonna be trouble?
But it doesn't stop there. Others include Mary Wells, Jordan Prentice, and a couple of puppeteers, including Tim Rose, who you all know from this.
It's a trap!
Believe it or not, the animatronic duck suits would, at times, lose feathers or even explode. Hike had to constantly reshoot Howard's scenes, and some stuff like Howard's erect feathers took months to prepare. Oh, that scene? Yeah, we're gonna be getting to that soon. Anyway, back at Beverly's, the two find out they actually have a lot in common, including Howard's love of music, but he gave that up to get a real job.
Oh yeah, doing what?
Advertising copywriter. Only two things touch my feathers: oil of nightfall and him.
Okay, so he was essentially Duck Draper? As Howard falls asleep after a long day, Beverly takes the time to do a little invasion of privacy, but the only thing she finds are more bird puns and a small condom. Yeah, I'm sure it's just another question that the parents loved to answer after the movie.
Howard.
Beverly decides to take Howard to see a scientist at the museum, played by
Oh, hi, Beverly.
Tim Robbins. No, you were in Shawshank. I wish I could tell you that Tim wasn't in Howard the Duck. I wish I could tell you that. But life is no fairy tale world.
Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! No! It's a duck!
Phil, you gotta help him.
Tim, ducks are birds.
Tell me if I'm warm on any of these, Phil.
I want you to look into the future and tell me what you see.
My guess? A nomination for Worst Supporting Actor? Frustrated and angry, Howard leaves the museum and tells Beverly to leave him alone. And then he realizes, hell, he's gonna need to get a job.
A job?
So what does he do? He goes to the unemployment office, where they, for some reason, ignore the fact that he's an anthropomorphic duck, and actually do find him a job. And where do you think this movie is going to send him to work? Oh, just a brothel with jacuzzis called Hot Tub Fever. Once again, PG. Good God, it is so sad that I have to constantly be on the lookout for nudity in this movie.
Must be mating season.
He quits and is once again on his own, wandering back to the beginning of the movie. Oh joy. As Howard returns to the nightclub where Cherry Bomb, Beverly's band, is performing again. By the way, that really is Leah Thompson singing.
Stand when you turn away. Don't turn away.
Damn it, I still can't think of a movie that she was in. Howard confronts the band's manager and his cronies, and he should be careful because one of them is a known car thief. Too bad for them, Howard is in a foul mood. Good God, this movie has me writing bird puns. Howard convinces the punk to give up being the girl's manager as the band heads backstage.
I'm running out of sticks to throw at people.
Anyone else have a craving for double mint gum all of a sudden? Howard apologizes to Beverly when Phil arrives,
Howard!
where he takes one of Howard's feathers for investigation. Meanwhile, Howard returns to Beverly's apartment where this happens.
Just can't seem to find the right man.
Maybe it's not a man you should be looking for.
You think I might find happiness in the animal kingdom, Ducky?
Like they say, Dal, love's strange. We could always give it a try.
Let's go for it, Mr. Macho. Just as you're so incredibly soft and cuddly. I just can't resist your intense animal magnetism. Let's just face it. It's fate.
This relationship, it defies all the laws of nature.
This movie defies all the laws of nature! I mean, what the hell is wrong with you, George Lucas? Who read this scene and said, oh yeah, this is totally gonna be for a PG film? Anyway, one of the men cock-blocking Howard is Dr. Walter Jennings, played by Jeffrey Jones.
9 times.
9 times.
Who explains how Howard got to Earth and that they could manage to send him back home.
I don't think it's feasible.
Me either.
Now, wait a minute. If we could generate a strong enough hypercharge...
You can't do that.
They drive to Dynatechnics, where Dr. Jennings, who somehow got ahead of them, is essentially zapped by a laser and the cops strip search Howard.
Not my shorts! Find the cops! You perverts!
I totally agree, Howard. The people who made this movie are perverts. The cops attempt to arrest Howard, but he does manage to escape.
Dangerous. Shoot to kill.
Eckhart! Think about the future.
It's around this time that I'd just like to point out, we're only halfway done with the movie. Dr. Jennings reemerges looking like he just ate a cheesy gordita crunch, and the trio hightail it out of the lab. And the cops are left to find Howard.
Tell me, L7, is a doctor's conveyance still in the parking zone?
The answer is no. Car missing. Doctor's conveyance is not in parking zone. It is in motion.
How the hell am I going to explain a manhunt for a duck?
It's a duck hunt.
Don't start. Please, please.
After driving that would make Robin Givens look sane, the group discovers Jennings may have picked up an extra passenger.
You think that's funny, Jennings?
I'm not Jennings anymore. The transformation is complete. I am now someone else.
Try telling that to your insurance company.
They stop at a Cajun sushi restaurant, and no, I didn't misread that, where Jennings announces that he is the...
Of the dark overlords of the universe.
And to sum it all up, he's a demon from deep space who entered Jennings' body and wants to call down his buddies. Of course, it's not long before Howard attracts more trouble.
Am I the meanest? Am I the prettiest? Am I the baddest mofo go down around this time?
But since the code key, a device needed for the laser to work again, was taken by Seabass,
kick his ass, Seabass!
Jennings uses his new dark powers to rescue Howard, and demand that the key be given back. And oh, for fuck's sake, movie, I can see the pole holding him up! And Jennings kidnaps Beverly, returning to Dynatechnics. Meanwhile, Howard finds Phil and the two steal a glider to fly back to the lab. Stop! I just need to ask one question. If you can't write more story for this movie, why do you feel the need to pad it out to 2 hours with this shit? I shit you not that Howard and Phil fly in this glider for more than 10 minutes. And outside of a few gags, it's completely pointless. Nope. Don't look at me like that. I'm ready for this to end. Howard and Phil arrive back at the lab and plan to use the neutron disintegrator,
the Aludium Q-36 explosive space modulator,
to defeat the Dark Overlord. It doesn't take long for the epic showdown to begin, and in a battle of special effects, it appears that Howard is the victor, until... Please, I'm begging you, just take the rejected Rancor and end. Howard manages to get back to the neutron disintegrator for one more attempt.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
He defeats the Dark Overlord, destroying the laser and saving Earth, but preventing him from returning home. But it isn't all bad, as he has his friends and his new job as Cherry Bomb's manager. So, how was Howard the Duck? Well, the movie was basically a rotten egg at the box office, not even making its production budget of $37 million back, and is the lowest rated of all the projects from Lucasfilm, and holds an abysmal 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. It also got 7 Golden Raspberry nominations, winning 4 of them, one of them being a tie for Worst Picture. So, having said all that, I kinda like it. I mean, it's not a good movie by any means, but it's definitely a film that tends to grow on you. maybe it passes the whole it's so bad it's good threshold and comes off as something unique and interesting. Give it a watch. You might find yourself, like me, enjoying it. I've got no regrets about watching it. My only regret? That I couldn't think of one movie that starred Leah Thompson. Oh well. Play us out, Howard. Ah, son of a bitch! Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.